Hi everybody, Dizzy Nails and Beauty here. I'm going to be doing a different video today. I don't think I've done one on my channel before, and I'm basically going to be removing my acrylics. They're not quite ready for coming off, apart from this one. I actually caught it whilst crafting and it's quite painful, so I want to get them off. I was planning on taking them off in a few days anyway, just because crafting with long nails is, I can do it, but it's a lot easier without them. So these have served the purpose. They've been on for 3 weeks now, so I can't really complain. I'm sorry to see them go because I do really like the pattern, but let's get on with it. So first things first, you want to be sanitising your hands or the client's hands. Obviously if you are doing a client, you want to be sanitising both your hands. And you want to be making sure all your tools have been sterilised. All mine have been barbecised. So first of all, I'm just going to take the clippers. I'm just going to remove this hand for today. I don't need to show you the whole process on both hands. And I'm just going to clip these. Now you want to be careful because sometimes they can flick up. So it's always better to wear some safety goggles if you've got them. If you're not coming off, just give it a quick of a twist. I'm going to support this one for definite because how sore it is. It's definitely been lifted from the bottom when I caught it in the machine. So I've not even took that down as far as I could do really, so I'm going to take it a bit more. So just got to get rid of those bits. We've got it right down to near enough as low as we can, as you can see. It will take some doing the filing on these because there was a double layer, as you can see in this one. You probably don't even realise how thick they are. Some are not as thick as others, but you can see they actually do look a lot thicker than what they appear to be when they're on the hand like so. And to remove them, I use my Sayang K38 or 35, let's see if it's K38, and I have got the mean green bits that I got from Petra Drake's. I've had this a long time and it's still good to go. So I'm just going to turn it on. I want to make sure this arrow isn't lit because I'm doing my right hand. I turn it on this one when I'm doing my left hand because it needs to be in reverse. And then I'm just going to pop it up to about 15. And then we're just going to take the polish off first. It is a balancing act, and as you can see I use my little finger as a balance just to give me some steadiness because I'm doing this on myself. Even if I was doing it on somebody else, I would still be using that little finger to balance. And on this one I'm using my thumb as well to butt up. I should have said that before. So I've got my little finger here and I'm putting my sandwich in, whatever finger I'm using, I'm sandwiching between my thumb and my little finger on the opposite hand. So as you can see here, I'm doing it with this hand as well. Now you want to keep moving when you're using the E file because if you don't, the heat will start. So I'm not going to stay on this fingernail until it's gone. I'm going to keep moving along the hand so that this gives it a chance to cool down and it stops that heat spike. I've taken it down as far as a day with my electric e-file because I can feel the heat coming through now, so especially on this one that I've hurt because it's very sensitive, so this one is a little bit thicker than the rest. So what I'm going to do is just take a file, I'm still supporting especially this nail here that's definitely lifted at the bottom. I'm just going to file them off at the free edge to give it a bit more of a smoother edge for when we wrap them up. And with this one that is slightly thicker, I am going to just go over with a normal hand file just to try and thin it down a little bit better than what it is. It is important when you feel that heat spike to actually stop and try to avoid getting to that heat spike to begin with. So I've tucked them down and you can see there's still a fair bit of acrylic on there, but nowhere near as much as it was if my camera would focus. Yeah, as you can see there's still a fair bit of acrylic on there, but I'm happy to start removing on this. Some people would take it down further. Me personally, I prefer to leave it a bit thicker even if it does take that bit longer. And the things I use is the C&D Nourishing Remover, and I also use these C&D foil wraps. And you're just going to take one of these foil wraps, and the reason I like these is they are really good sturdy foils. So you just want to take that, pump it onto the mender pump, or pour it on if that's how you've got it, and saturate that. I always start with my little finger, I place my little finger in, I fold that over and I pinch either side of the finger first, and then I bring that over and then I wrap it around, pinching all the time. And then give it a good squeeze so it's around the finger nice and tightly. You try to avoid getting any air into these as much as possible because that will dry out the nourishing remover. And then we just do that on all 5 or all 10 if you're doing 10 nails. This finger, I've got a feeling my actual natural nail has lifted. I do struggle with this one, so I've not had acrylics on for quite some time now, but I couldn't have gone to my wedding without them, so I was prepared to play the risk even though it was healing nicely. So I'm just a bit wary about how it's going to look once we take this out. I do slightly different because it's awkward. I go from underneath and make sure the pad is mainly showing, then I push that around, but I still do the same where I squeeze it either side and then wrap around. So that's it for now. So I'm going to leave this for 20 minutes. There still will be acrylic on there because of how thick it is, but we're going to see what it looks like in 20 minutes time and I will carry on from there. See you in a minute. So it's been 20 minutes now, so what you want to do, you don't want to be taking the foils off all in one go, you want to be just working on one finger at a time. So as I started with the little finger, that's where I'm going to start off with. And then we're just going to take a wooden hoof stick and we're just going to gently tease that off. Anything that's stuck and doesn't want to move, do not force it off because this will damage the natural nail. You can see that's coming off really easily. And just pinching that little bit off there. And I'm just going to take a file and just give her a little bit of a helping hand. And there's a tiny bit of acrylic left on there, so that we'll need a bit more soaking, but only for a few minutes. So we'll continue and take off the bulk of the acrylic first. And still, so I'm not going to force stuff whatsoever. I still don't want to dodge in the actual fingernail. This has got a bit more than it's slightly thicker. Right, so we're just going to reuse these. We're not going to use new ones again. There's nothing up with these ones. They're sturdy enough to go through all over again. So I'm just going to gently unwrap them. And we're just going to re-soak, but I am going to start with this finger this time just because this one's got the most acrylic left on them. And we're just going to apply that the exact same as we did before. Now I'm just going to start with the little finger again. Right, so these are all wrapped back up again. We're going to set a timer for 5 minutes, then we'll come back. So that's had another 5 minutes, so let's see what it's like now. We're going to leave this finger again till last because this was the thickest one, so just going to continue again. Off. So we've got the acrylic off and we're just going to give it a good buffing with a buffing block. So that's all the acrylic removed. As you can see, this nail is slightly red here, and I'm guessing this is where I've knocked it. It is still kind of a bit tender. I did bash it quite hard. And then all it's left to do is some cuticle oil. Just put a little drop on each finger. And we're good to go. So that's how I remove my acrylics, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Any comments, please let me know if you want to know anything I've missed out. Of course, now you can go straight in and prep these, the cuticles and everything ready for reapplication. I'm personally just going to put gel polish on them. One, because like I said, this one is quite sensitive at the moment, and two, because I didn't want any acrylics on. But first of all, I need to remove this hand. So that's it for this video. I shall see you in the next one, and thanks for watching. Bye.